grow, you can't play basketball.
The situation that was just displayed is an example of a stereotypical norm, and it has been placing a divider between men and women for as long as we can remember. Gender roles are stereotypical norms set by society that limits and pressurizes individuals and conforms the individuals based upon assigned sex. Some of these examples include how they behave, how they act, how they dress, and how they speak.
Traditionally, individuals out in society, specifically women and men, had to conform to rigid gender norms. Women had to be feminine and were defined as polite, nurturing, obedient, fragile, and emotional, simply due to the idea that they were made to raise children and have domestic roles. Men had to be masculine and were defined as brave, non-emotional, egotistical, and the head of the household, always having to partake in leadership roles. Other than the traditional norms women and men had to conform to, individuals such as children, teenagers, and the LGBTQ+ community were also the victim of these stereotypical norms. It could be inferred that children and teenagers are especially vulnerable to being exposed through influences that may take a massive toll on the outcome of their adulthood. The LGBTQ+ community were also affected by the societal gender norms, being excluded and being treated as an outcast. The effect of gender roles spreads further than just an individual's personal life or lifestyle. It even comes up in the workplace.
Multitudes of characters in society have been affected by gender roles. Beginning with women who do not align to the standard, due to their stance in gender roles, they've been suppressed and attacked for being an attempt to go their own way. Especially women have been weighed down and constantly pressured by society towards motherhood and parenting, where research conducted showed how this is related to the fear of social penalties of women when failing to meet social expectations, being labeled as bad parent as well as less desirable partners. Strong women with masculine traits were outcasted for enjoying their ways of life around other females. Additionally, women have been constantly underrepresented in various platforms, being expected to be demanding, yet caring, authoritative, yet participative, advocating for themselves, yet serving others when it came to workforces. As related to such, men have been oppressed for their want of going against their gender roles. Introverted and physically inactive men are frequently put down by other males, peers, and can even be led to not only verbal but physical abuse due to their lifestyles.
Teenagers are the most affected as their young experience could drive the direction of their life and even problematic occurrences in the future. They are constantly affected by society and it takes a toll on their mental health. This includes trauma and possibly leading up to mental conditions. Children's outlook on gender roles is often very overlooked and unnoticed by guardians. The origin and effect on gender roles can range from what they're taught in the household, succumbing to peer and authority pressure, or other influences. The growing side of the internet has caused an even greater field effect. Young characters can often be bullied away from their chosen way of living while present in that space.
People are also affected in the workplace because of pay gaps and discrimination due to someone's gender. As of now, women make up about over 50%, while men make up below 50% of the workforce. However, women are being put down and paid less because of who they are. Currently, women make about 80% of a dollar for each one they make, while men get 100% of each dollar. As shown in this image here, the overall dollars that each woman get is 76 cents per dollar, while, for example, healthcare would be 57 and construction would be 93.
Considerably, the most heavily affected group would be the LGBTQ+ community, of the coming out of homosexuals for naturally being away from the generic gender roles. It has led to the reasoning of the terminology of coming out. The overwhelming amounts of peer pressure has caused the need of feeling to need to hide away from how people truly feel, beginning to develop of mental issues relative to the other groups affected.
The LGBTQ community continues to be affected by these stereotypes that society has constantly placed on them. As shown in the picture displayed, the psychological, physical, financial, and spiritual well-being of all members are all taking a toll because of these expectations that are set by society. According to the Center of American Progress, more than half of the respondents reported moderate or significant negative impacts on their psychological well-being due to these stereotypes. These roles also appear to affect the economic stability of the LGBTQ individuals. Nearly a third of respondents reported that these roles moderately or significantly affected their financial well-being.
All individuals in society, including men, women, children, teenagers, and the LGBTQ+ community, can experience gender roles in harmful ways. So as a community, we need to correctly establish a better mindset into those ignorant regarding this serious issue, including ourselves, illuminating the harmful effects that come with it. Advocating for everyone, as anyone can be affected by gender roles. By educating ourselves and everyone around us, people can begin to change their fixed mindsets about gender roles.